Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jimmy Yeomans. Today I'm going to be doing a video for you women out there that's ever felt like you've said prayers and they didn't come true, or they didn't get answered, okay? But we're going to start this off. I'm going to show you the backdrop on why they may not be answered, okay? And this is in Isaiah chapter 1, and it says, "When you spread out your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Even though you make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood," okay? And what they were doing back then, okay, to have God say that is they were making futile sacrifices, okay? They were going up there and they were sacrificing bulls thinking they were doing what God wanted, okay? They were taking the, way that they could use to do what God wanted, their livelihood, all right? And they were squandering it basically and not doing the things that God asked, okay? And they had kids out there corrupt in the streets back then, okay? Same as now, okay? Same thing now. All right, now we're going to go over here to where it says Elijah, right? This lady, okay, this is what she did. All right, and I want you guys to see this so that you can get your prayers answered. And she said to her husband, "Look, now I know this is a holy man of God who passes by us regularly. Please let us make a small upper room on the wall, and let us put a bed there for him, a table, a chair, and a lampstand, so it'll be whenever he comes to us, he could stay there." So she was wanting to help the man of God. She realized this guy was ordained from God. Today it will be ordained from Jesus. And she wanted to take part of that, help him when he come to town, okay? And right here it says, "And it happened on that day he came," let's see, "and it happened on that day that he came, that he stayed there with him and his servant," okay? And then because of this, he knew that she was doing what God wanted her to do, and he was proud of her. And he told her, "Whatever you want, we'll give it to you." Down there at the bottom, it says, uh, so Gehazi answered and said, "Actually, she has no son, okay, and her husband is old." So he said, "Call her." When he had called her, she stood in the doorway. Then he said, "About this time next year, you will embrace a son." And she said, "No, my lord, man of God, do not lie to your maidservant." Okay, so he went out there on a limb in faith, okay, and said, "Whatever you've been praying for," because back then, people that didn't have a son, it was considered like, almost a curse if you didn't have a kid, okay? So that's something that she's probably been praying for a long time, and God had not answered, okay? And she's like, "No, don't tease me with that. Don't tell me something like that if it ain't gonna come true," okay? And then guess what? Boom, she conceived and had a son, okay? So the way that you get your prayers answered is that you make sure your spiritual leader is one that is doing the things that bring glory to God's name at Jesus Christ, okay? And when you see this and you see fruit being spread to the community and stuff like that, then you get in there with them and start doing what they ask you to do and support them, and your prayers will be answered.